Breaking news. Ripple's XRP ledger has officially stepped into a new era. With ISO 2022 compliance now confirmed, XRP is no longer just another altcoin. It's now arguably the most strategically positioned crypto asset for global financial integration. This isn't just hype. This is the culmination of years of behind-the-scenes work, partnerships, and institutional alignment. And with ISO 2022, the new global messaging standard for cross-border payments set to become mandatory across over 200 nations, by 2025, Ripple's head start may place XRP at the center of a historic shift in how money moves around the world. So, what exactly is ISO 2022, and why is this such a big deal? In short, ISO 2022 is the modern, highly structured language for electronic data interchange between financial institutions. It replaces older messaging standards like SWIFT's MT format, and it allows for richer, faster, and more secure transactions. Banks, central banks, payment providers, and clearinghouses worldwide are already preparing for the migration. But here's the kicker. Most cryptocurrencies aren't built to integrate with ISO 2022 standards. Ripple's XRP, however, is. And not only that, Ripple is listed as a member of the ISO 2022 Registration Management Group, meaning it's been actively contributing to how the system evolves. Recently, documents began circulating showing Ripple's ISO 2022 integration is not only theoretical, it's already underway. Several institutions, including the European Central Bank and the Bank of England, have run pilot programs with Ripple's on-demand liquidity system. And now that Ripple has reached regulatory clarity in its case against the SEC, the timing couldn't be more perfect. An alleged internal ISO document leaked by fintech insiders has shown XRP listed as one of the only crypto assets currently undergoing sandbox testing, with major banks preparing to transition their messaging systems to ISO 20022. Combine that with Ripple's ongoing partnerships with over 300 financial institutions, and it's not hard to see why the crypto community is starting to wake up. But wait, it gets even more dramatic. According to Whale Alert, a wallet registered as ISO compliant recently acquired over 100 million XRP in a single transaction valued at tens of millions of dollars. These types of moves aren't made by retail investors. These are deep-pocket players, most likely institutions, quietly positioning themselves ahead of what could be a tsunami of adoption. Analysts from J.P. Morgan have even commented that Ripple's ISO advantage could generate more institutional momentum than the launch of Bitcoin ETFs. Think about that for a second. Bitcoin ETFs brought in billions. What happens when global banks begin settling trillions of dollars using the XRP ledger? And if that's not enough to get your attention, let's talk about some of the wild speculation that's exploding across the crypto space. Viral clips of Swift executives appearing to panic over Ripple's rapid gains are being widely shared, symbolizing a fear that the legacy system might actually get replaced, or at least overshadowed by Ripplet. While the videos themselves are spoofed, the underlying fear is real. Swift and Ripple are both targeting the same arena: fast, secure cross-border payments. But Ripple's use of blockchain and its native asset, XRP, gives it an undeniable edge when it comes to speed, cost efficiency, and transparency. Some crypto influencers and investors are now making incredibly bold predictions. We're hearing everything from $10 to $100, and even claims of XRP reaching $1,000 per coin. Is $1,000 realistic? Well, that would place XRP's total market cap well above gold's current valuation. That's not likely anytime soon, but let's entertain the possibility. If XRP were to handle even 5% of the world's 150-plus trillion cross-border payment volume, the required liquidity would be enormous. Remember, XRP doesn't require pre-funded accounts like traditional systems do. That means liquidity is dynamically sourced in real time, increasing the need for XRP volume across corridors. In other words, if institutions are settling trillions, the amount of XRP required to support those transactions will naturally drive up its value, its simple supply and demand. To put this in perspective, XRP under $1 right now might be one of the most undervalued plays in the entire crypto space if, and only if, this narrative plays out. But it's not just about holding XRP and waiting for a miracle. Regulatory clarity, continued institutional adoption, and macroeconomic shifts all need to align for this future to become reality. However, Ripple's strategic positioning through ISO 20022 compliance gives it a level of access, legitimacy, and trust that few other blockchain projects can even dream of. This isn't about retail pumps or hype-driven speculation anymore. This is about building the foundational infrastructure of global finance, and XRP is already ahead of the pack. Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has previously stated that Ripple isn't here to disrupt the banking system, they're here to upgrade it. With ISO 20022 being the bedrock of that upgrade, and Ripple now fully aligned with it, the XRP ledger is poised to play a central role in modern financial infrastructure. That's why every piece of news like this, every transaction, every pilot test, every new partnership should be taken seriously, because one day we might look back at sub-$1 XRP the way early Bitcoin investors look at $200 BTC, a missed opportunity for those who weren't paying attention. So, are you paying attention? If you're bullish on XRP and you believe this ISO 20.22 milestone is just the beginning, drop ISO XRP in the comments. Smash that like button to show you're part of the future of finance. And don't forget to subscribe, because in our next video, we'll be covering Ripple's top-secret work with central banks in Asia, including rumored CBDC pilots and interbank token settlements. Until then, stay bullish, stay smart, and keep stacking GAP2s. As we close this chapter, let's take a moment to envision the future potential of XRP in the financial industry. Imagine a world where XRP is not just a digital asset, but a cornerstone of global finance. We're talking about new partnerships with major financial institutions, governments, and tech giants that could redefine how money moves around the world. Gap 1's technological advancements are on the horizon. Ripple's ongoing research and development in blockchain technology could lead to faster, more secure, and more scalable solutions. Think about seamless cross-border payments, instant settlements, and even the integration of smart contracts to automate complex financial tasks.